Hello everybody, my name is Virginia and this is the Brazilian Readers. Welcome to our channel. Today I am participating in the March Mystery Madness, an incredible event hosted by a bunch of great booktubers, and this is so exciting because in Brazilian booktube we don't have this kind of event that anyone in the community can participate. We have a few, and I was really excited to finally be able to participate in these events, and considering I love reading mystery, it was the perfect first event. And for those of you who don't know, March Mystery Madness is hosted by a bunch of great booktubers here, and let me tell all of them, the co-creators are LizziefayeLovesBooks and Troi Towel, and for my understanding, Troi is no longer as active in the community, but Lizzie still is, according to Oli from Criminoli, and I love his channel, and all the other co-hosts: Courtney from Cortagonist, Ollie from Criminoli, Beth from Elizabeth's Diary So Standing, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing, Storm Reads, Stormy, Tiffany from the Beach Bloom Bookworm, Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, and Tim from Tim Reading's Room. I will link all their channels below so you can check it out. As any events, we have several prompts. And the first one, and the theme for this event was decades. You have three paths to choose your adventure. The first one was a deep dive that you chose a decade to read several books published in that decade. There was the path number 2, that you can travel through the decades, so read from several decades. And number 3, you can, I was a bit confused, but you read books published in the last 10 years, but they are set in other decades. So for those of you who are fans of historical mystery, it's a buffet. So, and everybody could honor Scott Bryant, that was a member of the community that sadly passed away. I didn't know him, but I checked out some of his videos, and what a loss. I'm so sorry for all of his friends and family. Anyway, my original idea when I pitched to Juliana that we participate in this event was that I was reading 1920s books, because I had a lot of just to clarify, I'm also participating in the Read What You Own challenge that it was created by Criminoli. So I was thinking, I have all of these books, all of these mystery books published in 1920s, in the 20s, and so I will read that. I even separated a few of them. I have Edgar Wallace, I have Dorothy L. Sayers, and however, I had to do a job for a Brazilian publisher, and I had to read Ethelina White's book. So that it was published in the 30s. So I was like, oh So I will change my path and read 1900s, 1910s, 20s, and 30s. And that's it. And here are all my readings, my insane March Mystery Madness reading. Sorry, when I start the video, I am more nervous, so I ramble a bit with my English, but as we go along, it gets better. So let's go. First, I had to choose from the 1900s. There was a lot of options, but almost all of them I already read, like almost everyone. So there was The Hound of the Baskervilles, The Phantom of the Opera, The Secret Agent from Joseph Conrad. I read it recently, actually, this year. In February, I made a spy team reading vlog. It was a lot of fun, but The Secret Agent, I do not agree that is a spy novel. It is a family drama novel. It was so sad, so devastating. It is not a well-known book here in Brazil, so I had no idea what would happen. It caught me completely by surprise. I could not believe that ending. Like, oh my god. And it was an amazing read. I really, really enjoyed it. However, it was not a mystery or a spy novel that gave me what I was craving when I wanted to read a spy novel. You know what I mean? So yeah. And also there's Arsène Lupin, that I already read Arsène Lupin when I was like a teenager, and I don't remember, and I really, really want to read all of them in one go, one after the other. So maybe a future reading vlog, who knows. One of my favorite locked room mysteries, The Mystery of the Yellow Room from Gaston Leroux, that also wrote The Phantom of the Opera. For those of you who don't know, The Mystery of the Yellow Room was one of John Dixon Carr's favorite locked room mystery, and he is the father of locked room mysteries. So yeah, and it is a great read, a really fun, crunchy, insane, really appropriate for an event that has madness in the title. So yeah. The Four Just Men from Edgar Wallace. This book was so amazing. I know Edgar Wallace, it's a hit or miss kind of writer. He was like, all the fancy people in the detection club didn't like him, well, because they were snobbish, and Edgar Wallace was a man of the people. And yeah, but I kind of like his thriller books, and The Four Just Men is like the tension of, will they get the prime minister, will they be able to kill that man, and like they're circling. Oh, amazing mystery. So yeah, but I decided to read Mary Roberts Reinhardt, The Circular Staircase. We are already starting the list of books cheating, because I don't have a copy of The Circular Staircase. However, I do have a Storytel subscription, and the book is in there. So I didn't have to purchase anything, so fair game. The Circular Staircase was published in 1908, and we follow this woman called Rachel. She rented a house, a mansion, a country house from some people she knows and has connection through her nephews. She's like the guardian of two of her nephews, and when she arrives to live in the house, the cook and the butler and people who work in this house warn her that the house is haunted and that she shouldn't sleep in the house, and that they are afraid of the house. And she's like, oh no, you're being silly, like whatever. And she has her maid with her. They are together for decades, and they are really good friends at the end. Her maid is really scared, and she's like, oh, you guys are like, it has nothing, no ghost, whatever. And then they sleep in the first night, and there is a lot of noise, there is a lot of weird things happening. So you start wondering, is it a ghost or is it someone, a human threat? So the second night, the same thing, but someone is murdered in the house. They find his body in, like, the guy's murder, and this set off the story. And honestly, I was so surprised with the style of this book, because we see this kind of plot device with authors like Lucy Foley. Like, I really don't like Lucy Foley's style. But like that everybody knows each other, everybody has some form of secret connection and motive to want revenge or to kill someone, or like everything is connected. And I was not expecting this kind of narrative in a 1908 book. So I was a bit confused, because at one moment I have to write it down, all of the characters, and like make the connection between them. We have the owner of the mansion is connected to all these crimes happening in this mansion, and they are related through marriage, and they are engaged with the nephews, and it's a really big confusion. However, I love it. Mystery, all the mystery, how she created the suspense, the tension, what is happening, how this person is entering this house. They are trying their hardest to prevent someone from entering the house. Why is this happening? And it's a fast-paced book, so that was fun. I really enjoyed this reading. This is my first Mary Roberts Reinhardt, so I will for sure read more from her. I really enjoy it. So yeah, great read, great March Mystery Madness read, because it's intense, it's like a frenzy, it's really fast-paced. So yeah, great read. So we go to the 1910s. This was the hardest decade for me to choose, because I have 3 mysteries that to me was famous that I had, but I also already read. The Valley of Fear from Arthur Conan Doyle, The Trent's Last Case from Benson. I love it, this book. I read this last December, and amazing. Such a fun read. If you haven't read it, please read Trent's Last Case. It's a great golden age, almost golden age, starting the golden age mystery for you to read. And The Lair of the White Worm from Bram Stoker. Bram Stoker obviously wrote one of the best books ever written, Dracula. And although I had fun with this one, it's like it's not his best. His best is Dracula. Like, there is no comparison. So, but it's a fun book. And I also wanted to read The 39 Steps. That is a spy novel. When I made my spy team reading vlog, this book showed up in the list of options, but I don't have a copy. And I want to read it eventually, but I want to make a second spy novel reading vlog, so I'm saving it for that second reading vlog. And we have My Man Jeeves from P.D. Woodhouse. I am so curious to read P.D. Woodhouse. He's so famous, and we don't have any version of his books in Portuguese. It's so frustrating. And I thought, well, I already cheated with the first one. I should try to find a mystery that I have from the 1910s. And that is what happened. And I have two short story collections from Chesterton, from the Father Brown collection. And it's really short. It's not the full books. This one is The Innocence, is part of The Innocence of Father Brown. This one I don't remember. It's from another collection of Father Brown, and I've decided to read this one. And I need to check the name of the short stories. Yeah, so we have so I started to read, and the first short story I read was The Three Tools of Death, and I didn't enjoy it. I was so sure I was going to enjoy it because I watched the series from I don't know if it's BBC, but I watched the show, and it was so fun. I really enjoyed how cozy it was, and all the banter from Father Brown with all the other characters. And also, I have some issues with mystery short stories. I usually don't like, because we don't have time to meet the characters, to think about the mystery, to develop the mystery. Like, it's way too short. So yeah, it was disappointing, and I was not expecting this. And I also decided to read, just another one, because it was one that I was really surprised by the plot, because there's a cult related mystery, and it was the Eye of Apollo. And it was a bit, I enjoyed more than The Three Tools of Death. But I always imagine that Father Brown was this character almost as a Miss Marple, that she would investigate and use her knowledge of human nature to talk to people, to create her own way of finding out the murder. But there's nothing like that. So yeah, maybe someday I will try to find the longest short story from Father Brown and try to read it and see if I like it. If not, no, really disappointing. But yeah, I will finish all the other short stories in this collection, and yeah, let's see what I will think about it. Anyway, and now we are in the 1920s. Now it's really easy. The 1920s, it was when Agatha Christie started to write, and you guys know that it is the decade for mystery. Let me open so we can because I already knew what I wanted to read, so I didn't even we have the murder of Roger Ackroyd. We have The Mysterious Affair of Styles. We have, I think, the Red House mystery from the guy that wrote the Pooh Bear books. Also, it's in the 20s. Whose Body from the first Peter Wimsey. Red Harvest from Dashiell Hammett. I also read this one recently. It was a great read. I was really surprised, because this kind of hard-boiled literature is not really my thing, but I really like it. I really like it. So yeah, there's a bunch of really famous books, but I really wanted to read S.S. Van Dyne because I have a bunch of his books. Look at this cover. This is so old. Oh my god. Let me see what year. 7. Oh my Jesus. it doesn't have the year. I think this book is from the 50s. 1954, I think. So yeah, and I have almost all of this collection. And S.S. Van Dyne, it's a really famous mystery writer that he created the 20 rules for a mystery. And I love reading mystery. I love studying the detective literature, detective novels. So it was an embarrassment that I never read an S.S. Van Dyne. And I started by the first one, so I could meet Philo Vance, and this was such a great read. I really, really enjoy it. We have a murder. This guy Benson, he's a banker, and he's murdered in his own house. And although I thought the mystery was an easy one to know the answer, maybe because I don't know if he already had created the rules, so he gives us the means to find the solution. And I got it right. So yeah, and I'm not the best one in like solving mysteries. And the start of the show really is the personality of Philo Vance. I'm really excited to see what else we can expect from Philo. So yeah, it was great. As I was reading about S.S. Van Dyne, that the author, it was not his real name. The man, let me check the real name from S.S. Van Dyne. William Huntington Wright. Even his name, it's like perfect. He was a connoisseur. He wrote a bunch of books about art, history, and like he was really a Renaissance man. And he obviously is inspired Philo Vance in his knowledge and all the cheeky comments regarding art, and the way that like Philo Vance only wants to know about art and antiques and all that. It obviously was the way he put that part of his life in the book. So great read, really recommend. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't picked up any S.S. Van Dyne, I would recommend, because yeah, I really enjoy it. And they say the first one is not even his best, so I'm looking forward to what else to expect from Philo Vance and S.S. Van Dyne. And we arrived at the 30s with Miss Ethelblina White. I had to read some must-watch that later changed. The name was changed to The Spiral Staircase. So yeah, we have a lot of staircases in this reading project. And look, it was my first Ethelblina White as well, and I was a bit I've read half of the book, and I was a bit bored. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh Jesus Christ, nothing happened. All these characters are so annoying. Why am I reading this? Oh Jesus. And I was like, what do you mean? This is a super famous book. Nothing happens. And then there was this shift, and I was scared. I was afraid. I was like, I need to finish this book to see what happens. And the plot is that there is this maid that was hired to work in this house, taking care of this old lady that it's a bit she's a bit crazy. Not clinically crazy, but like she's a piece of work, let's say. And she's supposed to be in bed. However, there are some issues there. There's this serial killer in the region that is killing young ladies, and everybody is scared that he's approaching this house, the house that this group of people lives. They are a family. They have family connections, and it's almost a bit like the format of the Four Just Men, but in that book we are seeing what the murderers are doing. They are planning, they are openly planning to murder someone, so we are following their footsteps. In this one, you know there is a presence, a mysterious presence of the serial killer, that it is approaching. However, we are seeing the point of view of the maid, and she is like in the center. The murder is approaching her. So great read, highly recommend. Such a fun, suspenseful, great mystery. Really enjoy it, and I have to read this book because there will be the first translation for it with a publisher that I work with, and I'm super excited, and I had to like create content around it, so I had to read it. I have the other the wheel spins that, or The Lady Vanishes. I have this book from her, and I will try to read as soon as possible because I really want it. And I have this series in my Brazilian channel that I talk about how Alfred Hitchcock doesn't know how to read because his adaptations are bizarre. They don't like. There is no convincing me that he read any of the books that he adapted. So yeah, it's like a Lea Michele kind of joke. Anyway, those are the books I read to March Mystery Madness. I hope you enjoy it. If you like this video, please subscribe. We are just starting this channel. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you could also like this video. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope everybody had fun with their mystery reading this month. Be sure to check it out, all of the other videos in the hashtag that have March Mystery Madness. And yeah, that's it. I hope I'll see you next time.